Hey, what's this? How you doing,
Yeah.
Shia?
How you doing?
Master.
What's that number, Zedek?
What?
What's that ish number?
Ellie.
Ellie. First of all, I love your content. I've watched it for quite some time.
Go
Yeah, big fan.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So, where you
Hey, what's
located at?
the highlight from Dan Shabbos?
Uh, um, I guess family, somewhat. I guess the Noch Shabbos. Shabbos is
He
nice.
enjoys Shabbos, as I can't give him matzah Shabbos, and we can't take him the phone.
Baruch Hashem, I don't touch my phone Shabbos.
Wow.
Baruch
I,
Hashem.
I guess if you're saying that, it means that it's an Asoyan, maybe.
Um, Hakam's could touch my phone Shabbos. Never had Shabbosim where I touched it.
Wow.
Baruch Hashem, proud of it.
I respect that. So, wie bist du, handige take, bist du in yeshiva, oder wie dreist dich? Hast du
I have
a job?
a job. I'm enjoying life. I have a lot of stuff I'm doing.
Wow.
How about yourself? Obviously, bist du in
Yeah.
Shiva, but what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Baruch Hashem, I'm enjoying life. It's a journey. I mean, jeder eine is different, and nicht habe ich mir expect geschenkt. I learned a good word. I switch my expectations for gratitude, and I'm just grateful and thankful for what I have. And but in a sense, I do try to take a little bit control and make sure that I have a good life. That's mine. Like I feel it's a healthy balance between allowing God's will feed in the world, and but in Zaline haben Bechira, and we can choose a life that works for us. Makes
So how do you
sense?
know what life works for you?
I think what feels right. Jeder eine hat a heart. Besides the was mentioned zogen, he was the what the school says, or was the parents zogen, was the friends zogen. Jeder Mensch hat a feeling bei sich ein Herz. There's a place within us was zuchtens what feels right and what feels wrong, and if we can follow that, then we usually have a good life.
Okay, the Tod is sehr große Sache. Kann ich keep, ich meine, man kann ja keep mir alles, but still, there's like options, there's like tzaddikim and Menschen.
Correct.
Nachi, the eine lehnt aus, morgen, sag Scheigitz, bist du Scheigitz? Eine lehnt aus, da bist du dich lieb. Wieso weißt die, a Woche, du willst echt Woche mich hier, haben nicht keine Ahnung, wem sie folgen, wem sie followen. Sie haben einfach gewähnt, Programm der certain Weg. Wieso
Yeah.
weißt die, Adult, trust nicht keinem, wem sie noch kein, wem sie followen. Du willst echt an der Mahach, Breslev, Chabad, warum soll ich choosen, Satme,
Right.
oder Baba?
Right. That's a very good. That's a very good question. And ich meine, the teretz is that a Mensch, Satake du hast so viel different Menschen, was in a Rebbe oder a Ruf oder whatever. Als gedei, die sollst dich kennen auswählen, a Style, was arbeitet für dich. Deze was du hast so sag.
Okay.
Ich hab's gesagt,
And alle
the confusion that you
styles are
have
right?
is the answer.
You think all styles are right?
Um, I don't think it's about all. It's right or wrong is a relevant word. So, verstehst?
Also du, wegen was dann wrong, Ausländer gewissen wegen was es plain schlecht.
Wrong.
Da hab ich doch gefahren, ich meine, nicht da hab ich gefahren, but, morgen, ein Stutz, rauf, chassidische Welt, man lehnt aus, ein Stutz, hey, sindig nicht, da hab ich doch dich liebe, whatever. Drück mir vor, ganz gerne Gehennem, ich bin ein Pro-Gehennem, was geht der Podcast?
No.
Ein Pro-Gehennem, ich bin Nachi, mit der Mensch, im Soft, ich bin
Is it
ungeschrieben
called
im
Leave
Soft.
Gehenna?
Am Programm, die Gast, so schei geht's, wir tun uns an im selben Zimmer wie dich.
Yeah, episode
So,
saying, okay.
so,
No.
ich meine, ich hatte jetzt wrong. Ich hatte jetzt es messed up. Sie sagen mir so.
Okay.
Hat noch ein Lied. But,
Okay. Die das ist nicht accepten.
okay, so, can agree, dass du wegen was dann nicht gerecht.
Is es gerecht für ihn? Für den Menschen hat es gesagt?
Okay, du kannst sagen, so nicht followen certain Menschen.
Ah, ich kann sagen, dass nicht followen keinem.
Okay. Die hat es ist wichtig zu machen, mal derich.
Ja. Ja.
Okay.
Nach track, when die zoekt mooi derige, a lot goes through my mind and die freaks the question. as to who the moire derech soll sein, but ja, I believe as a mensch soll haben einer, wo er respect und kann sich dadurch fragen und dadurch reden. This. So, this is the touch on the word moire derech. Now we can argue as to who that person should be.
Ich weiß, wie es Zeit ich habe, look 2 minutes, so
Ja,
I'm not gonna, I
du
don't
bist
wanna
geht,
hold
ich
up.
kann lieber, wo du fragst.
I can continue, because ich will mich
Ja,
aufhalten
das
da
ist
lang.
bereit. Nein, bis geht.
Wieso weißt du, Buche, ich, by the way, ganz consider, I know what I gotta do, figuring it out, one day at a time, I'm happy, Buche Hashem. Du das echt Buche, mich hier, ich habe nicht keine Ahnung, was das Team in der Welt. Ich habe nicht keine Ahnung, was der Eibischte Wolf von sei, von was der Eibischte Wolf von sei,
Ja.
wo, wie, wenn, wo suchst du für so ein Mensch? Just figure it out, or hast du just specific advice für so eine?
So, it's a great question. It's a nicht kein general question, because I don't think as most Bukharam haben the question. Most Bukharam, they just want to figure it out by themselves. They're not here to ask this question. Maar toen a specific mens fragt nach der question, wollte ich gesagt, wollte ich ihm gefragt, wo hast du lieb zu tun? What do you
Ich
enjoy?
kann lieber Basketball, ganz lieb Basketball. Ich kann nicht echt in der Schule. Aber lass mal sagen, ich kann lieb Sports. So, was sagst du mir jetzt?
Ja, ich
Was?
spiel Sports.
Okay. Is that the like? Ich kann nicht lieb, gar nicht lieb Sport, whatever. Ich kann nicht echt in der Schule. But, was sucht die für einer, was, man sagt einfach, go, don't be lazy, get yourself up at 5 a.m. Was dich 5 a.m.? Was soll ich aufstehen 5 a.m.?
Correct.
Was
So
echt in dem?
I don't know who you're listening to. That types from the question.
Okay,
A
ich
man
bin
just
ganz
look die,
sicher.
go wake up 5 a.m. and do something that doesn't
Make 50
align with you.
push-ups.
What?
100 push-ups. And now what? I made my 100 push-ups. Now what?
Wer,
Maar was...
ich weiß nicht, wer hat dir gesagt, to wake up, make 100
Okay,
push-ups.
fine. Um,
Again, always go back to the source. Go back to the source. Wer hat dir gesagt diese Sachen? You coming to me and questioning this. Geht zu dem Mensch hat das gesagt. Just for the record, I'm not saying it from a sense of throwing it back to you. I'm saying it from a sense of, that's, in my opinion, the real healthy approach. Wenn ich red dadurch, ich habe a therapist, okay? So when ich
yeah.
red to my therapist, somebody that is licensed in helping and healing people navigate through the world. And I tell her that I did so and I feel bad about it. She tells me, go back to that, whoever told it to you, go back to that Rebbe Geider, and schmies dich dadurch met een. Van wat komst du zu mir? Weil een man dictionary is deze wat die vertaalst mich is beglaan is wrong. So go back to that person who told you this and have the conversation with him. Of course, not always it's possible, and it is a little bit of a hypothetical angle, but that's still the truth. So whoever gave you some kind of idea about maybe working out a lot or learning a lot or davening a lot, whatever it is, go to that person and ask them why they're why they are not doing that exact thing,
What's
or
by the
ask
way,
them why it's important for you to do what he thinks it's important to do.
what's the concept von therapy? Sich ausreden, get advice. What's the concept? The simplified. What's the therapy about?
The concept in therapy, most therapy, is for you to be able to speak freely, being that you're paying somebody to listen to you.
Okay.
And unfortunately, zij zeggen mensen hebben deze niet. Ze hebben niet aan mensen wem ze kunnen redden. Dus die mens gaat zij eenmaal een dag, 45 minutes to an hour, wie zij kunnen redden en verzahlen alles wat dit zegt.
The house
Want wenn een mens redt,
the for dich?
wel,
Honestly speaking, the house the therapist zegt van dich 10 minuten nog some paycheck,
nein,
some
beglaan
paycheck there.
niet. Nein, beglaan niet. But in the 45 minutes was ich batzul hier, heet sie mich aus, ja.
Okay.
It's
Least
my
self-aware.
commitment.
So,
It's my commitment. No, I'm
yeah.
saying it's not about the other person. It's my commitment. Ich will a commitment zu reden zu einem, and einer was happens to be a professional, so the mensch can monitor my progress and growth and see in which direction it's going. I want it. Nicht für jeden ist wichtig. I didn't start therapy till I was 26 years old.
Gids van confidentiality was the aggressive plus. They had to do a extra benefit for going to a therapist and shoot a friend.
Yes, because they are professionals. They're professionals at listening to you. They're professionals at diagnosing what kind of mental patterns you have. But generally speaking, if you can speak to a friend and that makes you feel good and you're feeling good in life and you're true and honest with yourself, isn't it right? Speak to a friend.
Dus met met de eigenste.
Huh?
Dus, was met de baddes. We
I
staan
love
tekenen.
his brother this. I made it a habit already for many years that to speak to the Eibishter. So I literally speak to the Eibishter daily. Baruch Hashem. I'm glad that I have that habit, that kind of connection.
De hauptsächlich ganze besser. Ich meine, honest, ich habe getried beide. Honestly, wenn ich auch gewinn connect to the Irish thing, can add team a push on a shot. I was like, there's no way therapist beats us.
Right. So again, so besser is like I said, it's a relevant word. Was meint besser? Besser for wen? Besser for was? Huh? Relative. It's relative. It's a relative word. Besser is a relative word. Staat het besser wie was? Far was. Is ice
Besser,
cream besser wie chicken or is chicken besser wie ice cream? It's a relative word, right? It's not something you can always say. So by the way,
ich
ich
therapy
verstehe
more.
von wie das kommt, because in school, ich kann jetzt von Chai, ich rede nicht gut mit Jiddischkeit. In school lernt man die große Trachten in a box. So, because that's what they want. That's what they need you to follow. The class rules, right? So, Zaga and Zogen, it's healthier to eat chicken than ice cream. You understand? They're not allowing you to always make your own decision. And that's okay. It's good. It's healthy for, I think, for a kid, for a bucher to go follow a system. But as you grow older, you turn 16, 17, 18, and you go out in the real world, it's time for you to make these decisions. What's best? Do I want to speak to God or do I want to speak to a therapist? It's up to you. You tell me what works.
I mean, both work. For me, when ich connected to the Irish, last week I spoke to him for 3 hours on the shot
You
without
see?
having my phone or anything. Okay, I'm not saying whatever.
That's
I'm not trying to
beautiful.
brag. I'm not saying everyone else should do it. But like Jens, like will be actually a keert van mij en actually kan me helpen versus the therapist. Zij keert dus, zij kan me
Oh,
niet
yeah.
helpen. En ik kan reden zien dat Irish doet zich wel. Therapist, I'm not gonna be comfortable speaking all my stuff. Whatever.
Right,
I
100%.
guess everyone
I totally agree with
gets to do their own thing, but yeah.
I I wanted to say I totally and absolutely agree with you. Um, and I also love speaking to the Ibishter, and sometimes I'll do it for longer periods of time, and that is amazing. I think it works. I think it's very healthy and good. I think it's this and again, niet iedereen haalt bij een level by the way. De mensen doen en de sherentie aan mens. Niet ze to the Ibishter.
What's the next topic? What's the next topic? Yeah, I like speaking to you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
What's the next topic? Kassel machen.
Ja.
Ik keek een kassel machen in, nein?
Ich bin
Maar,
ich ich bin nicht gegen Gunners.
no, nach jeder Leute, ist nicht, okay, never mind then, never mind.
Ich bin nicht gegen. Ich will doch sagen gegen etwas.
If you help minds team so sein, kassel. Is there like a age or everyone should do what they feel?
Again, it's dezelfde Sach, a relative word.
Yeah.
What's if a certain mention arbeitet younger, certain mention älter, and that's okay. The problem is when man likes to get on that box. When you put yourself into a box and you need the answers and you need to know exactly, are we doing it like this or are we doing it like that? Excuse me. That's sometimes I think a problem, and I think that that's sometimes a problem. Taka within Chadurim of the yeshivas, I'm tried jeder so aan dezelfde. Jeder darf unkommen zu ein Blatt gemoeren de Bach. How can you do that? What's this? This is Saddam, and Saddam fleekt man zo tien. Jeder darf aan dezelfde height, en dezelfde length, en dezelfde weight. Wat zou dat niet zeggen, this?
Schade. Du hast da Abstand lieb jeder selber oder ein mehr, ein weniger?
Wat zal het die?
I- I'm still figuring it out. Like, I've just emotions, I've just like, whatever. Ich bin nicht auf Course or anything like that, because I live I've just all that. Just figuring it out. Like, ich hab mich einfach ins Fahren. That doesn't make
Right.
sense to me. That, hab mich, it's possible.
So, die is gezoekt, die is gered letzte wacht zu de Eibester van draaien show. What's
Yeah.
your opinion of their version van de Eibester? What's your opinion?
Sicher, da kann es nicht fahren, Tom. Ins gemacht Menschen, ins kennt machen mal Loch, ins gewiss, als uns gein kennen sinnigen, gewiss, als uns gein sinnigen, und hat ins gemacht Menschen, then obviously, Kendrick is okay with that, but like, I got upset of was gemacht, this the gemacht. How's it possible to hate us when it can best wie ins kann sich allein?
Yep.
Like
100%.
whatever.
This you literally just quoted the Baal Shem Tov because this and my friend who Ari should continue asking questions and you will love the answers. Kwasje red wegen die, ik had red wegen God, but ich apply this to God. I continue to ask God questions and I get the answers and that makes me feel clear. But the Baal Shem Tov is the one who says this, that the Eibishter is the one who gives us power. So if I use my hand or my body to do a specific avaira, I can't blame myself because God gave me the power to do the specific avaira. So, and I think that's a little bit what you just said. God created us. How can He hate us? And this is important. The Manas Friedman gait me dezelfde mahalach. Like he says, when we are here on this world, that means that God needed us. It's not that we needed this. Ich darf the ganze human experience, you know.
It's a different
Von mich
question.
du.
I'm still
What?
figuring out. That's a different question. Ich kann nicht fragen, der Schals in public, because ob ihr gesagt, was wir bekoides.
Nah,
But what's that?
so
Da
first of all, it's up to you. It's up to
public.
you. It's up to you and on image visa devils on. So it is. I am gonna say clearly, you might be taking a risk. I don't know what's at risk for you. Ich heb geen probleem met that risk, but for you, you have to know what works for you.
Oh,
But
is that being screen recorded?
that's
Always, every time I'm on live, I get screen recorded for some reason.
yeah. But ich versta because kind of halten man fragen their questions. But the fact that you are willing to ask and answer these questions is very very powerful. And unlike popular belief that God, man fragt nicht kein Kasches auf Gott, oder man fragt nicht kein Kasches auf Jüdischkeit. That's not true. God,
Don't
God
you
hat
fragen,
der
that's
Terre zu
okay.
jeder Sache. Kannst du fragen, wie viele questions du willst.
Right, but don't fragen, and kennen Jean the Irish exists because there's that. Nah,
Ja, kannst fragen, wie viele
but,
questions du
yeah,
willst.
but it shouldn't be from a place of hate and a place of anger.
Right?
I mean, at least
Sometimes, and by the way, it sometimes could be from a place of hate and anger. If that's how you feel in the moment, you ask that.
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's total. I'm like, I was in the world,
Right?
right? But
100%.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
It's not that uns der Eibste was schaffen. Was ist der Eibste nieder? Was heißt,
According
zerhete?
Ich weiß nicht. According to Manas Friedman, tane that God hat dich beschaffen because he needs you. Will a Shia of der Welt. Will das.
Also,
Was bringt hem pleasure.
so der Eibste hat Pleasure.
Ja, zijn human experiences durch dich. Nicht kein human. Kann nicht fühlen. Kann nicht tun anything. Kann nicht like tun physically. Kann tun alles. Kann nicht tun physically, ja.
Der Eibste ist darf covered. Der Eibste, ich meine, was ist
According to the Rambam schreibt is the Eibster beschaffen the Welt for one main reason that we should thank him, like I will feel and appreciate it. There's many variations. This is also it's something you might never know. But what you could do, and if they the Hashem Day connection with him, frag him. Frag him, God, why do you need me here? What's the ich had developed a connection with the Eibster whenever ich red zie hem, bekem ich hat and that has been incredible. Whether it's in business or relationships, other it's just my eigene growth and my eigene path. Whenever I need something, I speak to him. I talk to him. I say, "I bestel help me." Like
das Eibste Tenets? Ich kann finden,
100%,
without Tenets.
every single time without failure. Jeder muss sich haben
Immediately?
gebeten. What?
This kid needs help. I'm not sure if the kid needs help. The kid doesn't need, everyone needs help, but
Line is
I'm
the
doing pretty well.
compliments. Okay, but good. Don't worry.
Ich frage, was ich gebe alle Bucher. It's nicht, I'm
Yeah,
just,
I
sometimes
believe you.
I'm saying it.
It's okay.
But ich gebe,
You start saying hurt people. So if somebody's here to make fun of you,
I don't
then
believe that. Hurt people don't hurt people. I've been hurt. I've hurt others.
in
But
many
okay.
cases, usually a mensch that is doing well is not out there to hurt other people. Ich habe noch kein Mensch gesehen, a happy, gitte, interessante Mensch, soll keine Häusig machen von anderen. Trag von den Menschen, die hat sehr stark lieb. Ein Mensch, die bei immer kickst darauf. Hast du mal gesehen, Häusig machen, der Chappen an andere Menschen? I've never seen it.
Honestly, ich bin nicht sicher, von was. But Rob mentioned, I saw in drug addicts, Bucher, friends, whatever, they're always the sweetest people.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly why, but the people who I see with like a lot of pain are typically much nicer than the Bochum, Slening, Gemode, ganz everybody their own thing. I'm happy for everybody,
Yep.
but ja, als da kids maybe Masbazan was at least in my experience, I've seen the people who every person I've seen who takes drugs and whatever. I know a lot of people. They're always the nicest people.
It's a great concept.
My experience, I don't know.
My personal opinion is and deze was weet gebrengt in de Teure that pain makes us vulnerable. So the
Okay.
sibbe van was de Eibestemten zorgen hem 400 jaar van Mitzrayim is because I gewusst as in order for uns to sein vulnerable, in order for uns to actually feel, and von dem vertelt man de ganze Masse von de Kriyas Yamsuf mit des, that he wanted us to feel, he wanted us to sein on a platz from pain, and from that place we can go out and have the biggest ge'ila. So in life is dezelfde zaak. When a mensch gaat door pain, and I know that that's what happened for me, when even door specific pains in my life, habe ich mir gekent öffnen zu a ganze neue level of growth. And that's been the pattern in my life whenever I've had pain.
Right.
So that's why when you see somebody that is struggling or whatever you want to call it on drugs, alamina levels, these people sometimes have gone through the most of pain, and from that place of pain, they understand wusra pain jener guy dadach, so that's why they'll be nice to you. Versus a man that never experienced pain and can't is not vulnerable with their own feelings, how can they be sensitive to yours?
Hear you. Um, was Tage sind entschuldigt, was in der ältere Seite so getan. Was an insgesamt mit Schein wegen, was an insgesamt punish wegen, was gute Menschen schon getan. Was bekommen jetzt, like, ich sag, ins Chis, I will mit Jakob, was man essen, and I'm like, was hat jetzt Thema mich? Ich bin sehr happy, ich habe ans Chis,
Right.
but was man Credit, was getan, was es schlecht geht, was hat eins Team im Zweiten?
So Zong the Emma say, in my opinion, it's like zumindest schon mal Einzelteam mit dem Zweiten, other than the fact that you're Jewish and you're probably einical from these people. So, weißt du, ich mein, like it's relative to, again, like you can choose to do with it whatever you want. And Khalid gaat wat die zoekst als de slechtste zo wie de gets, because kennst als du gewisse Sachen was uns strugglen wegen sei. Ja, ich meine, als childbirth, the pain of childbirth, ik heb damals ook het. But then is nog de bedoel veel met gitte zaken. Ja, de Eibster gebenched daarom iets Yaakov.
I feel good about that,
And we
man.
live
Sehr
with
happy.
these blessings
I'll
today's
take
days.
I'll take it. But
Okay, so
this,
it's a free
ich für
trade.
mich ist, ich bin nicht aim, bin nicht Udam, ich bin nicht der Room, ich bin
So
Shia, so
was
like,
baan we gaat die das is de mannen jeden Tag?
es ist, ich will nicht wie zu machen Credit. Nicht der Gitz, nicht der Schlecht, was haben getan.
So neem es nicht.
Okay. Okay, this is simple, that's okay, just never nicht, okay.
Ja. Don't
Okay, but
loss of their responsibility. En Tomer einer de gamoe gezegd dat die das nemen. Zeg hem, ich will es nicht nemen.
ich rede, like, alle Erbe sagen, oh, seine Seite gewinner, weiß. Meine Gemeinde seine Seite. Ich meine, was ist der?
100%. Exactly. And so that's verstehen as they rebels from the best intention. They come with their mind, zan shulam bias problems, zan kindig problems, zan kinder problems. En van zijn window, van zijn box, dort lernt dich aus, wo halt, dat die zal stehen. And now you can choose if you want to accept that or not. It's really up to you. Verstehst? It's up to you to die wills ausheren de malama dat dan is. What I try to do is take the good things that they taught me. You know, gewisse Sachen wie in Mushel, the Eibster at Eibig helfen. Yeah, I had a lot of Malamdim that was what they preached. And then I had a lot of Malamdim who were busy. I was like, wow, but I'm Zaya Frem, and certain Sachen you can't relate. And that's okay. Like, it's, jeder makes a chumzan perspective. And that's also the kind of world that we're shifting in today. Like, jeder hat a podcast, jeder hat a social media, jeder kann reden and sharen and zogen sein eigene opinion. And And that's the beauty. That's, by the way, eine von der scheine Sachen, als der Mann, Avrom, Yitzchak, Yaakov, eine von der scheine Sachen, was man so jeden Tag, in this was ich enjoy zu davenen, because ich nehme raus, ich will rausnehmen von davenen, okay? So man so jeden Tag, Lakai Avrom, Lakai Yitzchak, Lakai Yaakov. Wo darf jeder muss sein extra, Lakai Avrom, Lakai Yitzchak. Es kann steine Lakai Avrom, Yitzchak, Yaakov.
Right.
Nur
One
jeder
second.
eins von der Overs, haben gehad extra, haben gehad seine Connection mit Gott. Und so du Kai Shia. This is die has dan version of God, was redt ze dich, was neemt keer van dich, was hat dan tafket van deine Schumme. On the outside bist du takke a body mit a mind and this, but die bist du auch, hast auch deine Schumme. The battery in dich is deine Schumme, ja? Wenn ein Mensch starrt, bleibt über der Body. So du eine Schumme, so du hast du a battery power, ja? Thank you. In,
Tungan zieht tief. Was ist eine Schumme? Tungan zieht tief. Was ist eine Schumme?
an the Schumme is the spark of life within you.
Nicht zieht tief ist a good answer,
Yeah.
I guess.
Ja, man darf nicht gehen zu tief. Everything is understandable. Everything is understandable wenn man fragt the right questions. Ist du ein Mensch, was hat nicht mehr zu empfern der Terizum. Und der Terizum, was
Noch
ich
eine
gebe, ist based auf my knowledge auch. So, ich wollte sagen,
Some
some of it
experiences.
nehme ich von Menschen, die sind kliege wie mich. In some of them nehme ich von friends, whatever, was haben mich geholfen ausfiguren die Sachen. Das ist mein perspective, and I say that honestly. Und wieso soll ein Mensch wissen, sie soll aussehen zu meinem perspective oder nicht? We'll see, ob es macht sense für dich oder nicht. If it macht sense für dich, then it's true. If it doesn't make sense for you, then it's not true. That's what every kid
Um,
today's days is doing. They're asking themselves, hey, dieses man, malama da Geidra gesucht. Is es Emmes oder nicht? Fehlt es Emmes oder fehlt es liegend? You understand?
by the way, ich habe a mistake you in the comments. Certain
Okay.
people love this conversation, certain people don't. Certain people are telling me to stop vaping. All of them, I respect your opinions. Besides this, never mind, actually. Never mind, you're gonna kick me off when you want to kick me off. Another question. Ich bin nicht do for a free therapy session. I'm just enjoying this conversation. I'm hoping you enjoy it too.
I do. I'm enjoying the conversation.
Okay.
Go on.
Ich kenne a sach Menschen, sach this that vulnerability, is that a good thing, a bad thing? Is es nicht gut zu sich werden gut nicht? Is it good to always keep strong and pretend to always have a tough face and to be, is it masculine to
Yeah.
always have a smile? What do you think about that?
It's a great question. I think that one of the first things that I acknowledged when I had like kind of my what I would call like awakening, waar ik zeg ongeveer vragen questions. Deze wat die is, dat ben ik gewoon op 24, okay? Ongeveer vragen questions en niet zoveel mensen me gaan de trietsen. Een van de mensen die me gaan de trietsen in my life is gewend dat ik een Moishe Young, a person that I talk about, I posted about him as a coach. He's here on Instagram. I can him follow him. Moishe Jung, at Moishe Jung. And so this is but I don't know that I remember discovering back then. And I don't know if he specifically helped me with this, but the gewende concept as jeder Mensch is different. We're all different. So do 8 billion mensen in de wereld en jeder is anders. Ja, en tak een liep had aan dingen of them. Ja, kishem shapartsef, ja, jeder hat een andere partsef. Das nimmt er von der Gemurre. Jeder hat een andere face. Das ist auch der Winder von Gott, if you think about it, ja. Jeder Mensch hat 2 Augen, een Nus, een Mol, 2 Ohren. How do we all look different? Deze is de geirelijke kamer maal. De Eibster hat er aangelegd auf uns, that we have a face. Wenn nicht, hat jeder ausgesehen, ping derselbe. Gott hat gemacht a nest that we all look different, despite the fact that we all have similar features. Ich had dezelfde Sachen wie die. Ich had dezelfde mol, nose, en Augen. Like, why do we look completely different? This is the geirlijke kamer. The Eibster get dat zieren. So, dezelfde Sachen, we also have a different mindset. So was Arbeit van mich, minus meine Arbeit van jenen. And I say this because we can never judge other people, number one.
Is that true?
And yes, it is true. Don't judge.
Judgments.
What?
You walk into a room, you see who's a danger, who's not.
Oh, so judgment is zare get the zach. But the idea von judgment is zare get. Because when the stars by the road light, that's the wissen someone they can't see it's crossing or nicht. This is wie judgment kommt daran. Judgment allein is I get the zach. But judgment of other people is never necessary. And this was the Gemurah,
Give
but the
me an
Teure lebt
exact
so.
example.
Never judge a brother, because they can't nicht wissen, was geht jetzt durch. Die
Cause
sehen
I
schon
thought,
Michael Shabbos an, but fuhrt mit seinem Wab delivering a baby.
Okay, ich bin auf einer Gruppe mit zwei anderen Menschen und sie haben sich beide getextet auf Shabbos. Noch Shabbos ich, gute Woche, Baruch Hashem, I don't touch my phone Shabbos, gute Woche, whatever. Ich denke, whatever. No judgment, I said, good for you're on your own journey, whatever, good for you. But, was heißt, okay, no judgment, dann kommt einfach der Eibestell, jeder ist auf seinen eigenen Weg. But, wie, ich meine, was heißt no judgment? Die machst ein Judgment, sie, die willst an jenems Friend, die willst nicht an jenems Friend. Die siehst an, schlug an a Jingle, die kannst machen ein Judgment, hey, was schlugst die einfach wie ein Jingle? So, wenn kommt der an der no judgment?
No judgment, I think, is towards other people. Like, you can make
Towards
a
other people?
judgment call, aber du willst reden auf mit jedem Mensch oder nicht. But es meint nicht, dass ich judge jetzt, ja, als ich judge jetzt den Mensch. So, verstehst du, ich sag, ich mache the judgment calls, ich will
Ma-
reden zu dich oder nicht. But
Right,
even if I decide after this live, also ich will schon nicht reden zu dich, meint nicht, dass ich judge jetzt dich, von wer die bist.
okay.
That's the way I see it. Again, I'm not, ich bin nicht, ich meine, like, ich bin ein Mensch, und ich habe a credible opinion, I believe in my opinion, but when I refer to not judging, is to create a habit of not judging another human being. Including the mention was texting of Shabbos, by the way.
It's nicht mein Business, but ob einer tit war jenem, ist ja mein Business, maybe.
Why is it your business?
Also ich sehe ein Friend, tit war etwas, a zweiter Friend, ich has einfach zweiter Friend, or, I mean, obviously, I bought out, if,
Okay, and that's up to you.
okay, but,
And it
na, es gibt certain
makes
Menschen justified,
they makes
certain
judging,
times you have to
but they
stop
makes
yourself.
judging.
Ich bin nicht judgment, ich
I'm
lasse
saying
jedem leben, I
he
don't,
makes judging, but they will judge and makes that.
na, ich muss nicht an keinem Leben, einer sagt, der will mich werden von etwas, no problem, whatever, ich just sag, was ist, ich sag's, jeder sagen, I don't judge people. It's nicht ernst. Die judge ja, die können sagen, die judge weinige,
Yeah,
you keep your opinions to
yeah.
yourself. Whatever. Okay. So, du machst das nicht echt für die Schale.
And
See, about vulnerability and we
so
always got
my teretz is that jeder neshama, jeder mensch is different. So for some people, zij willen zijn meer vulnerable. For some people, they don't. So it's okay. You know, so ik ken een friends. Einer liebt zu reden mehr, einer liebt zu lachen mehr, einer liebt zu listenen, einer liebt zu sitzen und klotzen, einer liebt zu gehen und teen und hustlen. Jeder is different. So wenn es kommt zu vulnerability, jeder Mensch darf teen. Sind du ein Weg, was arbeitet für jeden. It's not one size fits all.
but there's certain friends was like I know that's fake. Like they always put a tough face.
Yeah.
I said, bro, whatever. Okay. Anyways, different
Yeah,
conversation.
so regarding friends, like I noch a pin in the conversation of this gaat er zoeken jetzt. When it comes to friends, you learn the hard way. My mind growing up, we want to be safe and secure with our friend circle, but as we go on in life, we learn that not every friend is meant for us. And I don't think that as of
Wow.
now, there are
Valley.
there are barely any friends that I have that I was friends with from young childhood from Haider.
Right.
All my friends right now, except very few, is new friends. Friends that I met. My closest friends are the friends that I met in the last few years because I'm now on a different path, on a different journey, and different things make sense. So die sounds via heilige neshama. My friends was een medich auf dezelfde level, was verstehen die conversation. Nicht wenn die Menschen etwas lachen sie op en doen, oh, this is too deep, I don't want to have this conversation. Okay, dan moet ze nicht verdient. They can do what they want to do, and you're gonna do what you need to do, what you want to do. That's the bottom line.
Gaan gezocht einem Satzadik. Zoek mich mal Zadik. Also ich mal Zadik, ja, accept that, ich mal Zadik.
100%. So this again, 100%. So this is das jetzt so zwei Sachen. Kann ich du heilig, als wenn ein Mensch get a compliment, zoek me skoig. En me make es accepten, neem es heran. Feel good. Einer der gesucht, geht Wort. So rauf Menschen kennen das nicht stehen. Rauf Menschen, me get a compliment, nah, don't say it. Oder me get das gleich. Nein, die bist da Zadig. Hallo. Aber geh mal compliment, neem es heran. Second, wenn es kommt zu sein a Zadig, is, was meint a Zadig? It's a relevant question. It's ja,
Best.
wo?
Trying your best. Probiert so a connection to the Eibischte.
Exactly, but this is nicht was man lernt aus. Für sehr Menschen, was gehen durch a system, they are taught that they have to own up zu a gewisse Level.
Gescheit.
So der Mensch ist der Tzadik, und ob ist der Tzadik, ich bin nicht wie ist, right? Because the fact is, also ich habe nicht 5000 Chassidim, so jetzt bin ich nicht der Tzadik. Das ist so der
Sind
average
beide
Mensch,
Schagutze.
der average Mensch tracht also.
Mich und dich sind beide Schagutze wegen so Smartphones.
Das ist schon etwas anderes. Ich bin schon ein Sachvater wie Jens, but ja, so wie du sagst. Ja, das meint the box. Das meint the box. Because was man sagt, von dem Mensch ist ein Tzadik, sagt, als hat nicht kein Smartphone. So, ob der Tzadik hat ein Smartphone, hat nicht ein Smartphone, ich hab ja ein Smartphone, und rief mir der Tzadik, mir sagen, als ich bin der nicht Tzadik, oder der Rusche.
Ja. Ja.
Aber zwischen mich und dich, uns beide weißen, die willst nicht an dem mean Tzadik, and you would rather choose days was rief Rusche, you'd choose dem mean Rusche. And in reality, verstehst du auch, als du a riesige chance, dass die bist, in die bist, der Tzadik, und du a chance, als ist nicht als a Tzadik, oder als ist a Rusche.
Thank you.
Same. Shika DM, we'll stay in touch.
Sure.
Alright.
You know my brother, by the way? Naf Sherman? Ever spoke
Rings
to
a
him?
bell. I think so. Now I'm seeing it.
Love
Ja, op
speaking
in
to
touch, te wacht. Thank
you.
you. Gebro, was nog aan is. Maar opbrengen nog aan? Nee, maar I'm tired. Love you all, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Shia, for an inspiring conversation that I really enjoyed. And have fun all. I get the wach. Zin te wach. Mazel de wach. Wach veel met je Shias. Alle get the bruches. Thank you.